It was a question of, so Shavuot's on a,
Is, I guess, on Saturday. Saturday night, Sunday.
so we're thinking Sunday doing picnic celebration here and end it with a nice congregation.
Well, that could be okay. Yeah, I'll be all right.
You know, might get people to come.
Yeah, that's okay.
That would get me to my first one.
You will not be there.
Do it
Oh,
all
where am I?
You're gonna be hanging out with your friend Jessica.
Oh, it's that weekend, yeah. Oh, God. Maybe Jessica would like to come to our congregational meeting. Super down?
On the
Or super
upside,
duper down?
the food will be vegetarian.
Where? At the camp?
Here, in general.
It's always vegetarian at the camp.
That's
That's the camp's rule.
Yeah, hey, how do kosher people feel about their, like, if you really show her Shabbat kosher?
About,
Well, I don't think I can get Johnny here anyway to go, but would a really kosher person eat there?
depends on, I don't think there is such a thing as a real kosher person. There are the different degrees of kashrut.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Uh,
it sounded like
I know
Johnny
some
was
modern Orthodox Jews who would eat there, and I know some who wouldn't.
there. Fair enough.
This is everybody has their own do's and don'ts, and
I think John regards it's very important to actually see pictures, so he won't.
They eat at my house.
That's a special exception.
The mom
They eat
exception.
at grandma's
Mom exception.
and grandma's
Yeah,
section.
because it's a mitzvah to not
So
turn
I
down
don't think
food.
There you go.
Johnny probably could
I'm-
join us for it anyway.
Hot mic.
No, not.
That gets some of Passover though.
Right into the hot mic.
His wife's already
When
here.
people are watching.
She knows Passover. She knows that.
bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, cheery beery beery bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. The Shabbat is a special one known as Shabbat HaGadol, the Great Sabbath, which is the Shabbat that always falls immediately before Pesach. This is known as Zman Cherutenu, the season of our liberation, the season of our going out of Mitzrayim, of being free from our narrow places. And so in that spirit, in a world still too riven by war, we're going to begin with Lo Yisagoy, nation shall not lift up sword against nation, nor shall they learn war anymore.
By the way, there are song sheets on the back bench.
Page 133 in your Siddur. Mizmor Shiru LaAdonai Shir Chadash Hiniflaot Nasa Hoshia Lo Yemino Uzero Azro HaKodsho Hodi Adonai Yeshuato Le'nei Adonai Magilat Zikato Zachar Kasto Ve'nunato Le'beit Yisrael Ra'uch Olachsei Aret Et Yeshuat Eloheinu Yai Lai Lai Ariyu L'Adonai Kol Ha'aretz Pitzlu V'rannu V'zameru Zamru L'Adonai Bechinor Bechol Zimra Bechatzotzrot Bechol Shofar Hariu Lifnei Melech Adonai Yiram Hayam Umelo Tevel Ve'yoshveva Yai Lai Lai Narud Yimchuchach Yachad Harim Yiranenu Lifnei Adonai Kiba Lishpot Haaretz Yishpot Tevel B'tzedek Be'amim B'mei Shaharim Yai Lai 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 Yai Lai 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 Yai Lai 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 Yai Lai 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 Yai Lai Lai Yai Lai 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 Yai Lai 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 Yai Lai 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 Yai Lai Yai Lai Yai Lai Lai Yai Lai 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 Yai Lai 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 Yai Lai Yai Lai Yai Lai Lai Yai Lai Yai Lai Yai Lai Lai Yai Lai Lai Yai Lai 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 Yai Lai 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 Yai Lai 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 Yai Lai 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 L'chadodi, we welcome the Shabbat bride, page 138.
Bye.
Page 263. Yidgadah Shemei Rabba. Yamadi Racher Deviam Lechmafute. Lechayech Omum Yomecho. Ufchayedocho Beit Yisrael. Bagala, Bagala. Ubizman Kari. V'yemeru Amen. Yeshmei Rabba Mevorach. Le'olam le'amaya. Yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach. V'yitbar v'yitoman v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal. Shemei l'kudsha b'rechu. Le'elam mikol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Namiran v'alma. V'yemeru. Amen. We rise as able. 264. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Baruch Hu et Adonai, Amivorach. Baruch Adonai, Amivorach, Amivorach, Le'olam va'ed. Amivorach, Amivorach, Le'olam va'ed. Please be seated. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidbaro ma'ariv arabim, b'chol בחוכמה פותח שערים, ובתבונה משנה עתים ומחלק את הזמנים. מסדר את הכוכבים ומשמרותיה ברכיה כרצונו. Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and to endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Baruch atah Adonai, Amari Baradim. 266. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael, Achavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Lukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta. Al Ken Adonai Eloheinu, B'shofeinu u'b'kumenu, Nasiach b'chukecha. V'nishmat b'divrei Toratecha, u'b'mitzvotecha, le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu, ve'orech yameinu, u'bahem negem, yomam v'layla. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohel Amo Yisrael. Shema, page 267. בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאור על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובישעריך, למען תזכרו עשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, Moshe Miriam ובני ישראל הכנו שירה בשמחה ורבה ואמרו כולם. Page 100, 270. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, עושה פלא, נורא תהילות, עושה פלא. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? Malchutecha, Rabu Manecha, Bokei Ayam, Bifnei Moshe Miriam, Zeh Eli, Anu Ve'Amru, Adonai Yimloch. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom, these songs of freedom, redemption song. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Yaakov from a hand stronger than his own. Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. Hashkivenu, a prayer for peace, for shelter, page 271.
Understanding among us, let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Ashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Ashkivenu, Shalom.
Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Page 272. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam beini u'bein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam le'olam ki she'eshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz u'vayom ha'shvi Shabbat vayinafash. Rise as able, Tefillah, beginning page 273. Adonai Shabbat tiftach u'v'yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Hanoram, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Ve'gonei Hakol, Ve'zocher Masei Avot Mimahot, U'mevin Elim Eremehem, Leman Shemo V'Yahava, Melech Ozer Mashiach Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mefayek Mikim et Harav Hoshia, V'shivarach Morin HaGashem, Mechakel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechayeh B'Kum B'Rachamim, Tzomech Noflim B'Rofech Olim, U'matir Asurim, U'mechayeh Emunato, V'yishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Gerurot, U'midol Melach, Melach Memit U'mechayeh, U'matzmiach Yeshua, V'nemanat Alachayot Metim, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaMetim. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el rest of Tefillah, the Hebrew, the English, or your own heart's prayers and meditations through page 282. When you are finished, you may be seated. We give thanks. Thanks for sometimes major events in our lives, sometimes for small but significant things that we feel grateful for as we go through the week. So I invite anyone who has anything they are feeling thankful for or would like to express their gratitude to share.
We went to a family wedding for the first time in 2.5 years, a Jewish wedding, and it was absolutely marvelous.
Beautiful.
Speaking of Jewish weddings, after the weekend, at the beginning of next week, Shelley and I will be celebrating our humble 19 years.
Mazel tov.
I had a nice visit with my son Jeremy, who went back to the warm weather yesterday.
It's pretty warm here, but,
He didn't think so.
okay, well, for a good visit, so nice.
Yeah, for a full-time job, it's gonna be back in San Diego though, so,
Oh,
but I'm grateful for the work and to have been spending time here. Thank you.
we're grateful for the time we had with you. Sandy, just shielding the sun.
Although we did have a nice visit, we have had a nice visit with my sister-in-law and her partner here from Seattle.
For all these things we say, V'dimanach lach, we give thanks to the Eternal One, Creator, and Sustainer, and Source of life. May we go from strength to strength, and may we offer our abundant gratitude for all the blessings that we enjoy along the path. And let us say, Amen. Mishaberach, prayers for healing. Again, invite anyone who has names of people you are especially holding in your hearts and in your prayers for healing on this Shabbat. Shelley.
Eileen Kramer.
Alan Salzberg and Ina Thompson.
Beth Wolf.
Clinton Day,
Harriet, Karen.
Joe Smith, Sabrina Vogel.
And for those injured in the attack in Tel Aviv, for healing for them. For all these, Misha Berat, page 371. Shabbat HaGadol is, of course, as I noted earlier, the Shabbat that falls just before Pesach. So, a story for Shabbat HaGadol. The background for this story, and why it seems timely for me on this Shabbat, is that when we sit down at our Seders next week, the person who you will not find in the Haggadah, who you might have expected to, is Moshe Rabbeinu, our teacher Moses. Moses, who is front and center in the story of the Exodus from Egypt, as it is recounted in the Torah itself, in Shemot, the book of Exodus, is essentially absent from the Pesach Haggadah. And I think of this story as a kind of commentary on why that may not be. It's a story called No More Miracles by Rabbi Mark Gelman. God never liked miracles. They were too flashy. Very often they hurt people. And after the miracle was over, People wanted another bigger and better one right away. And also, the people never were really convinced that the miracles were coming from God. After every miracle, the people would go up to Moses and say, "Good job, Moses. Thank you for that miracle." And Moses would say, "Don't thank me. Thank God. God is the miracle maker. I'm just the vessel." But it didn't matter what Moses said. The people were convinced that he was the one making the miracles. After all, they could see him. They knew him. And they couldn't see God. They thought Moses was just being modest, as he was wont to do. So Moses tried very hard to convince the people that it was in fact God who was making the miracles. One time when he knew a miracle was coming, he hid under his bed. But the people found him there and they said, "Moses, that was amazing that you worked a miracle from under your bed." The next time when he knew a miracle was coming, he had someone tie his hands and tie his feet and put a bag over his head. But after the miracle, people rushed right up to him and said, "How did you do the miracle all tied up like that? You are really good at this." And so it went. And God got frustrated and Moses got frustrated, but still God gave Moses the power to be the vessel for miracles because God recognized, reluctantly but recognized, that this is the only way that Pharaoh would be convinced to let the people go. So then Pharaoh lets us go, and we get to the Red Sea. And the people go to Moses and they say, "Moses, we're afraid. Look, there's the water, there's the Egyptians, but one more miracle, it'll really help us out." And Moses again said, "Look, I can't do miracles. God does miracles." But meanwhile, Pharaoh's storming down. God says, "Okay, we really need one. This is an emergency. One more miracle," and the waters part, and the Israelites walk through. Well, again, the people run up to congratulate Moses. "Thank you, Moses. That was the best miracle yet." And Moses says, "Don't thank me. Thank God." God says to Moses, "Are you getting tired of this?" And Moses says, "Yeah." And God says, "Me too. That's it. No more miracles." But of course, a few days later, in the desert, the people are running out of food, and they're complaining, and they're rebelling. And Moses says to God, "I'm really sorry to bother you again. But there are 1 million people wandering around in the desert here, and we don't have food and water." So God sent manna and water from the ground, and the people all said, "Thank you, Moses." And God said, "I'm retiring now. I'm out. No more miracles." Well, of course, we know the rest of the story. They needed dozens more miracles to get through the desert. And after every one, they would say, "Thank you, Moses." And Moses would say, "Thank God." And God would say, "Moses, that's it. No more miracles." Again and again and again. 40 years pass. Finally, it's time to enter the promised land. And Joshua is chosen to lead the people. And he also asks God to do a few miracles to make it a little easier for us to conquer Jericho and settle in this land. And at first God said to Joshua, "Hey, I'm out of the miracle business. You guys got to do it on your own." But Joshua begged. And Joshua had a point. He said, "You do a miracle now, Moses is gone. So they'll recognize, Moses is dead, but the miracles continue. They'll realize at last that it was you all along. and not Moses who made the miracles. So God gave in and did a miracle or two for Joshua on behalf of the people. And when it was all over, the people rushed up to Joshua and they said, "Great miracle, Joshua. You're almost as good a miracle maker as Moses." So when you look in your Haggadah, you'll see lots of miracles, but no Moses. Aleinu, middle of page 586, for which we rise as able. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, v'ashetu ha'yotzer b'reishit, shelo asanu b'nei haratzon, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'amal, shelo sam kavinu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol amonam, v'anachnu korim, k'mishachavim u'modim, Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, v'nemar v'haya Adonai, l'melech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, yiyeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. 598 and 599. You think of our loved ones, of those who death has recently taken from us, of those who have died at this season in years past, and those we have drawn into our hearts together with our own. In the Shabbat, we remember David Salzberg, Jules Abramowitz, Zachary Thompson, Sharon Kaufman. Others I invite to share names.
Dan Spicer,
Everett Goldstein.
Zach Thompson.
Bertha Robitaille.
Zichronam Livracha. May their memories be for a blessing as we're calling them. And those we have held dear, I invite the mourners and those whose custom it is to rise for Kaddish, page 598. Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shanei Rabah. Yalmad, Yivrach, Yirateh, Yamnech Malchuteh. B'chayechon, V'yomechon, B'chayechon, Beit Yisrael. V'adalam, Yizman, Kariv, Yimru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah, Mevorach, Le'olam Lo Me'el Maya. Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yitpalar, Yitolam, Yitnaseh. Yitadar, Yitaleh, Yitalal, Shmei Kusha, V'richu. Le'elam, Yikol, Birchata, V'shirata. Tushvachata, V'nachimata. Damiran, V'yamah, V'yimru, Amen. Yehei Shalom, B'Rabban, and Shemaya. V'chaim, Aleinu, Yisrael, V'yimru, Amen. Osei Shalom, V'yimramav, V'yasei Shalom. Aleinu, V'yokol, Yisrael, V'yimru, Amen. To the one who makes peace on high, let peace descend on us, on all Israel, and all the world. And may comfort be with those who mourn, and let us all say,
Amen.
please be seated. Just a few announcements. Probably first and foremost, there will not be a service next Friday night, first night of Seder. There will be a service Shabbat morning and first morning of Pesach. Thank you to Shelley, whether you are here and can hear us because of our mic system, and if you are online watching us for our tech support. Thanks to Valerie for being our reader this evening, and to Eddie Torres for setting us up. We will have Kiddush right after our closing song. outdoors. We're going to close to move us on this Shabbat HaGadol into the spirit of Pesach, page 666, which is, it's in the English. I'm going to do the Hebrew first, or at least a line of the Hebrew, Ad Yerhu, God of might.